Today's gospel reading for the daily mass is from Mark chapter 8, verses 14 through 21. And I had mass, or celebrated two masses today. One was for the regular parish mass, and the other was for a silent retreat at Broomtree Retreat Center. And I'll actually be going back out there tonight for a holy hour and confessions for the retreatants. And the gospel, kind of talks about the denseness of the apostles. And I'll just read it it's a rather brief passage. But it begins, the disciples had forgotten to bring bread. They had only one loaf with them in the boat. Jesus enjoined them, watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod. They concluded among themselves that it was because they had no bread. When he became aware of this, he said to them, why do you conclude that it is because you have no bread? Do you not yet understand or comprehend? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and not see, ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many wicker baskets full of fragments you picked up? They answered him, 12. When I broke the 7 loaves for the 4,000, how many full baskets of fragments did you pick up? They answered him, 7. He said to them, do you still not understand? Now, as I kind of said, the denseness of the apostles, what I mean by that is, the thought that Jesus was getting at something else completely different, but he wasn't. He was just, speaking in very plain terms. That leaven is that which makes things rise, or I don't bake bread. I enjoy eating it, but I'm not a big bread baker. But if the leaven is bad, it won't rise, it won't come to fruition. And so I think that's what Jesus is getting at. And remember, when I was in major seminary, I think it was a class on theological anthropology, which is a pretty big topic, just to kind of wrap your minds around. Pardon me. I need a shot of espresso or something like that. Seems like whenever I do videos, I yawn. But in this, in my oral exam with my professor, this professor was notorious for some weird tests and some very hard ones as well. We would call them the multiple choice from hell. Because, as you can tell, it's a multiple choice, but it could be one answer was correct out of the 3 or 4 that were given. It could be none of them. It could be A, B, and D, but not C. It was brutal. And so I remember going into this exam, it studied my butt off, but I was ready to answer the very difficult questions that we had prepared for. And the oral exam caught me off guard. And I was just like, and there's one part I remember this after I preached at both masses, but it was rather comical. But I could not get the words original sin out of my mouth. I could say everything else, but, what Adam and Eve did. I could not get those words out. And I remember Dr. Hip saying, Anthony, I know you know it. Like, crap, I don't know it. So I think in our lives, we have very dense moments. For you as parents, with kids, you have to coach them. You kind of have to lead them towards it. But it's hilarious, and it just, and I think that there's a beauty in when kids or whoever you're working with has that aha moment. You're like, I finally figured it out. I finally got it right. And I think that's what God does with us. When we mess things up, when we make it much more difficult than what it really needs to be, when we have that aha moment, He loves us no matter what, but he is very happy with us, like any parent would be. So I hope that you have a good rest of your day. May God bless you, and as the snow comes, be safe, and enjoy the day. God bless.